over 100 companies are about to vanish from Kenya's economy. This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover why the government is pulling the plug on these businesses, the thousands of jobs now hanging by a thread, and the 3-month countdown that has just begun. This isn't just a list of names. It's a wave of uncertainty crashing down on logistics, construction, hospitality, and tech. Meet the workers, the families, and the communities who are about to find out if their livelihoods will be struck off the register too. The Registrar of Companies, Damaris Lukwo, dropped a bombshell in a Gazette notice published on Friday, February 27. The notice names 117 firms slated for removal from the official register starting in June. But here's the twist. This isn't an immediate execution. Lukwo revealed these companies have a 3-month window to explain why they should remain registered. If they fail to show cause, they will cease to exist legally. Pursuant to the Companies Act, the registrar gives notice that the names of the companies specified shall be struck off. The companies shall be struck off the registry at the expiry of 3 months from the date of publication. This announcement ushers in a period of profound uncertainty for employees and stakeholders. Imagine clocking in on a Monday, only to learn your company is on a public list for potential shutdown. The list spans a breathtaking range of industries. We're talking logistics firms, construction companies, hotels, consultancies, trading outfits, and IT startups. Also named are engineering services, mining consultancies, food and beverage operations, transport services, property developers, and general traders. This isn't a niche purge. It's a cross-sectoral sweep. And here's what makes it even more alarming. Some of these companies had established operations in major towns across the country. This raises serious concerns about the long-term employment impact on entire regions, not just Nairobi. The economic ripple effect could be devastating. But why is this happening now? The latest announcement comes against the backdrop of a heightened crackdown on non-compliant companies. The government is on a mission to clean up the registry, improve transparency, and ensure only compliant and active entities operate in Kenya. As per the Constitution, a company can be struck off if it fails to file annual returns, appears partially closed, or is no longer doing business. This is a regulatory spring cleaning, but the human cost could be immense. And then there's a potential lifeline. In some instances, the Kenya Revenue Authority might apply to the registrar to have the dissolution of a company suspended due to an active tax dispute. So, a company fighting a tax bill could get a temporary reprieve from the chopping block. But for most, the clock is ticking. 3 months. That's all the time these 117 companies have to get their affairs in order, to prove they are alive and kicking. For their workers, it's 90 days of limbo, wondering if the next paycheck will be their last. This move highlights a brutal tension in economic management. On one hand, you have the government's legitimate need to enforce the law and maintain a clean business environment. Transparency and compliance are non-negotiable for a healthy economy. On the other hand, you have the stark reality of mass layoffs and economic disruption. Some will argue this is a necessary purge of deadwood, making room for legitimate businesses to thrive. Others will see it as a heartless bureaucratic move that ignores the families dependent on these paychecks. So where does that leave us? With a massive unanswered question hanging over Kenya's business landscape. If these companies are struck off, where do the employees go? What happens to the suppliers, the landlords, the entire ecosystem built around these firms? The registrar's notice is a seismic shift, but the aftershocks are just beginning. This story is far from over. We will be tracking every development over these critical 3 months. Do you think striking off these companies is a necessary cleanup or an economic misstep that will hurt thousands? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news that impacts your wallet and your future.